This is Rankin, and this is a tutorial of the app Evernote and how to mark up PDFs. You're also able to mark up images as well. So the first thing you want to do is find an image or add one that you want to mark up. So I'm going to add in a rubric. So I'll add in a title, so it'll title my note. And then you're going to attach a file, either from Google Drive or your hard drive. And you're going to find the rubric you want to mark up. And what you're going to do is click on this little A. So if you hover over it, it says Annotates. Now, sadly, this feature is a premium feature, so you'd have to pay for it with an upgrade. But it's a really great tool, which is why I wanted to show it to you. And I would actually consider paying the extra because you can mark up PDFs, images, pretty much anything, and a lot of my teachers or professors use PDFs, so it would be actually useful and I think worth the money. So the first thing I want to show you is how to add in an arrow. So here are the standards addressed. So the MTT, that's Master Teacher of Technology, ISTE, those are some other technology standards. So you start at the bottom and point the arrow wherever you want it to go. And then you can come in and you can change colors. You could draw in a pink arrow if you wanted. The next thing I want to show you is how to highlight. So what you're going to do is click on this button. So you have a marker, and if you click on marker, it's actually just like what it says, a marker. So you could actually write in something if you wanted, but it comes out kind of thick. So you'd have to come down here and change it to a little thinner line if you wanted to be able to read it a little bit better. So the highlighter is this one right here, and you can choose the color, so we'll stick with yellow, and you can also choose how thick this is as well. So I'm on a little bit thicker highlights, and then you just come over here where the arrow is and you draw over. Oh, actually this came out really thick. So if you make a mistake like that and you want to undo it, just go to Edit and click Undo Highlighter and it'll take it away. So let's go back and, oops, messed up again. Click on this and we'll make it kind of medium sized. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is create an overview of the tool. I also have to prepare an instructional handout. I have to share an example of how it's applied in the classroom, and I have to create an assessment of my tool. So these are the main projects that I have to complete for this rubric. The next thing you might want to do is highlight the point value. So you might want to spend a little extra time on things that are worth 30 points versus something that is worth 10 points, like the assessments. Okay, the next thing is text. So what you can do is click on this little letter, and then it's the same concept. You can choose whatever color you want, and then you can choose how big or small. So let's stick with this. So we'll come down, and all you have to do is click where you want to add text. So for my overview of the tool, I'm going to use a screencast. So all you have to do is type that in and the words show up. For my content and instructional handout, I'll use Google Docs. For my example of an application to a classroom setting, I'll use Google Slides. And then for my assessment tool, I'm going to use Google Forms. So as you can see, I have the boxes. They're all kind of not even. So if you want to move a box over, all you have to do is drag it over. The same thing with this. If you want to change something to make the box bigger or smaller, make the font bigger or smaller, you just click on the circle and drag it. And then this letter right here, takes away the highlighting. So if you don't want highlighting like these up here, just click on this and it'll go back to that. Or if you actually want the highlighting, click on the A again. Okay, the next thing that's really cool is that you can add in shapes. So all you have to do is click on this. So you can add in circles, lines, like a rounded rectangle, squares. You can add in pins. Okay, so we're going to click on a rectangle, and what I want to do is add in a shape highlighting the 30 points, because this is what I want to aim for in each of my screencasts, my Google Docs, my slides, my forums. So each project, I want to go in and actually make sure that I'm doing these and not the ones that are worth less points. The next thing is you can add in little check marks or X's, exclamations, questions if you don't understand something. So let's see. So what I might want to add in is each time I go in and I complete something, you can add in a check. So once I complete my Google Docs, another check, Google Slides, and so on. You can also add in questions. So maybe, for example, it says prepare an instructional handout, but there's nothing else listed here as far as information. So what actually makes a good instructional handout? So you could click a question mark right there. Another thing you can do is you can see how the X are the little arrows. Once you hover over it, you can move it over. You can add the plus. And when you add in the plus, click on the A, and a little box will open up where you can type in text. So you can actually type out your question. So what goes in handouts? And then hit enter and it'll X out of it. Once you're done, all you have to do is click anywhere on the screen. And you can see that it automatically updated my documents to show all the annotations I made. So as you can see, this is a really useful tool for highlighting things, adding in text, arrows, other shapes, different little images. With the app on your phone, or if you actually upload an image, you can crop, and you can also use a pixelate feature. So those are some additional options on that. I hope you enjoyed this and that you find it really useful, and that it'll actually help you in your everyday graduate school life.